Stop watching if you're here for hacks and tricks that are going to magically improve your writing in one day. Writing is a craft that needs to be developed over time through practice, so only continue watching this video if you're genuinely interested in learning what you can do to master the craft of writing. Otherwise, I'll see you some other time. For those of you who stayed, congratulate yourselves because you've taken the first step towards taking research writing seriously instead of relying on quick hacks and AI tools that promise to instantly make you a better writer. The first thing that you need to understand about writing research, especially during your PhD, is that it isn't something that should be done simply towards the end of your PhD journey to write up your thesis. Like any other activity, writing is a practice, and practice is doing. The more you do it, the better you will get at it. Now, the reason why you write is because you think that it is the way that you communicate and disseminate your research. We are told and we believe that dissemination is the most primary function of writing. But this doesn't take into account that writing is actually performative. What this means is that writing performs the world of our research. When we write about the topic that we are researching, our writing does not simply describe the field, nor does it represent it exactly as it is. Writing produces our research phenomena in a way that it becomes accessible to our readers. So keep this in mind when writing about and with your research. Writing is not a final step in the research process that puts an end to it. Instead, our research is produced by our writing, which is why you need to write as you start researching, not at the end of it. This brings me to my second point. Writing is not just to communicate your finished research. Writing produces thought. My supervisor told me that writing is thinking and thinking is writing. And we know how integral thinking and intellectual experimentation are to research. So instead of treating writing and thinking as two separate processes, whereby you do all your thinking and then write down your thoughts, start doing the two together. Start think writing with and about your research. This is what will help you create a flow in your writing. When you write with your thoughts, which means writing and thinking at the same time, you will create your research phenomena in a way that you weren't even aware was possible. You might think that this is really hard to do. Well, it is, if you determine in advance exactly what you want to write about. So the final thing you need to remember here is that you do not over-determine the writing process. When we as PhD students write throughout the years of our PhD journey, particularly during the first 2 years, we aren't necessarily always writing for something specific. Of course, you want to write your thesis and you want to get your publications, but that does not mean that all your writing from day one needs to make it into these outputs. I am not a native English speaker, so you can imagine that my academic writing has not always been the best. In fact, I received some pretty harsh comments about my writing in my undergraduate essays. To put it into perspective, I failed 2 modules because I struggled to put my knowledge into words. But changing the way I approached writing by following these 3 things that I just talked about, considering its performativity, its ability to produce thought, and not over-determining the writing process, really changed the game. I hope you learned something about the practice of research writing in this video today, and that you will start incorporating these approaches in your research journey. If this video in any way has changed your perspective on writing, please do give it a like and let me know in the comments. I hope writing brings you as much joy in your PhD journey as it has done for me. See you next time.